Dr. Dray made me buy these. My wallet is mad, but my face is not. If you don't know Dr. Dray, she's a dermatologist here on YouTube. She actually posts daily videos, and I don't understand how she does it because that is dedication. But she's a board-certified dermatologist who really brings her clinical experience online so that for those who don't have access to a derm, or their derms don't answer their questions, or you just want to absorb scientifically backed skincare information both into your brain and your pores, her channel is a great resource to do that. And let me tell you, this woman can sell me anything, and I'm not mad about it because so far, all of the recommendations she's given me have been phenomenal, and then I continued adding more and more and more, and now they're all piling up, so I'm just gonna share them with you. This is the Oat Cleansing Balm from the Inky list, and Dr. Dray was talking about how this is such a great first cleanse. First off, the price point is phenomenal. Second off, you're actually getting a large amount of product, and it's because of a couple other influencers that I've been hearing about the Inky list more, incorporating them into my routine and learning about them a bit more. But let me tell you, this blew away my expectations. Dr. Dray mentioned that she used this as like a first cleanse.
Inky list Oat Cleansing Balm. I really like it. It doesn't have any added fragrance. It does have colloidal oatmeal in it, and you can kind of smell the oaty smell, which I'm fine with. If you've ever taken a colloidal oatmeal bath, you know what I'm talking about. You know that smell.
And I can attest that this breaks down makeup fairly well, but it still leaves your skin feeling hydrated. When it comes to the ingredients, they're also fantastic. Because it is the Oat Cleansing Balm, we do have that oat kernel oil. There are a couple other oils in here, such as sweet almond, and then we have caprylic triglyceride, which is not technically an oil in the sense that some of this oat kernel oil is. However, it's derived from coconut in a way that doesn't disrupt acne-prone skin. And this removes makeup really well. And let me tell you, when I wear a full face of cake, it takes a lot of cleanser to get that off. I've normally used a Castile soap, which has worked well for me, but this is more gentle, and so far I'm very, very happy with it. This blows the Ordinary's cleanser out of the water. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm just saying it. It's true. And if you want to know how I feel about the Ordinary's cleanser, you can watch that video here. Then this lady got me hooked on Super Goop sunscreen. Believe it or not, but I hadn't tried it before her. And she specifically mentioned this one that she uses around the eye area.
Super Goop makes the zinc screen, 100% zinc mineral sunscreen for the face that works really well around the eyes. And
the label has completely rubbed off, but it's an SPF 40 and it is a mineral sunscreen. So again, it doesn't have any of those organic chemical compounds, because did you know that technically speaking, chemical sunscreens are considered organic formulas? Fun fact. Carbon bonds, organic chemistry. You're welcome. She specifically mentioned using this around the eye area, especially if you do get those little crow's feet or if you get a little bit of puffiness. And because this does have a little bit of pigment in it, it's slightly reflective. Not all sunscreens are totally safe for use around the eyes. Apparently this one is, and again, I've loved it so much that the label has rubbed off. She recommended it to me, and now my orbital area is very happy. Dr. Dray also made me buy one of these. Do you remember the reaction video that she did?
Sleep with my Sleep and Glow pillow. Totally recommend it for those of you who are back and side sleepers.
Yeah. I decided that I had to get one of these. Should I just wear this for the rest of the video? Would you be mad? I'm just starting to use it, but let me say, it has been a great investment. It's not technically the same brand that she recommended. Yeah, I caved in. I did it. I was also about to get that $1,200 LED helmet, but I didn't. I got this instead. Speaking of hair care, last month Dr. Dray also made me get some henna, specifically from Surya Brasil, and this right here has been helping my ends like nobody's business. My natural hair is very, very curly. It is very frizzy and it is quite unmanageable. And I've tried a whole bunch of different balms and products to try to get it under control, but the problem is it's fine hair, so it's not super thick. It's just very, very curly and voluminous. So a lot of times when I put certain conditioners or leave-in oils, it just weighs the hair down and it just looks like I crawled out of a wet swamp. Not the best look. This stuff I am so happy about. It's technically sold for henna treated hair, which I did pick up some henna, which we'll talk about in a second because that's exciting. But this is the color fixation mask, and Dr. Dray was saying that she dyes her hair with this henna because it actually protects the hair shaft from the sun when she's out on her runs.
Henna can actually help strengthen your hair in a sense. And it actually can also protect the hair to a certain extent from damage from ultraviolet radiation. Our hair becomes damaged from ultraviolet radiation that can affect our hair, our actual true hair color. And so henna actually can kind of protect against that.
She also uses this, and she found that it really sealed in her hair cuticle. And again, this is the struggle for me because I've used a lot of hair masks, but having dead split ends, I like to keep my hair long if I can. And also having this naturally ringlet-like curly texture, I can't find stuff that makes my hair shiny and smooth, but that doesn't weigh down my curls when I decide to wear them natural. I know this is for henna-treated hair, but Dr. Dray is right. It is amazing, and I feel like it's only been about maybe a month, maybe not even, but I feel like I've been loving my hair a lot more. The other amazing thing about this brand that I had to do a little bit of research and digging into is that not only are they vegan and cruelty-free, because hello, I only want to use beauty products that match my morals and values, but the founder actually created the line 25 years ago and also runs an animal sanctuary. So a lot of the money that comes directly from this line goes to feeding, housing, and supporting animals at this sanctuary in Brazil. And I'm just like, oh my god, we need more people like this in our lives. The founder has also been a vegan for such a long time. They also have nail polishes that are named after exotic animals and endangered species, which, by the way, I've been giving away some of the nail polishes and some of the henna hair dye in our weekly Caffeinated with Cassandra live stream. So if you haven't joined the live stream, you should. We give away free products every week and I ship them to you, regardless of where you live. It's a great time. But this has also been a great time for my hair and for my scalp. You know I had to get the shampoo and conditioner, and then I actually got a couple boxes of the henna. These are very exciting to me because I had very bad experiences in the past when someone tried to regularly dye my hair. I was at New York Fashion Week. They offered to do it for free, which again I'm very grateful for. But they said that they would take my natural curly hair and they would give me a couple of golden undertones and leave the rest of my hair a nice crimson chocolate brown. And this was my first time dyeing my hair ever. Guess what happened to it? Yeah. It ended up being bleached and destroyed. And the hairstylist was like, wow, I guess I didn't realize that curly virgin hair absorbed the bleach so well that you're just a bleach blonde now. So what did my dumbass do? I walked down the street to Dwayne Reed, and instead of reaching for something like Surya Brasil, I bought box dye. And I proceeded to put this on my hair. Now I bought a nice chestnut brown. I put it in my hair, read the box, left it on for the right amount of time, and washed it out. Guess what happened to my hair? Oh no, it wasn't a nice light chestnut brown like the chemical box said. My hair turned out black. Because my hair had just been bleached to smithereens and the cuticles were so open, it just absorbed all of the chemical dye and pigment, and my hair was black. And if you look back into YouTube videos, you can see the disaster that it was. It took forever to grow out. Needless to say, I've been slightly traumatized, and that's where this comes in. Dr. Dray recommended this. This is henna hair care, and it's supposed to be semi-permanent or demi-permanent. You're able to use it to give your hair little highlights. You can also give them little lowlights, I guess you would call them. And the whole thing about this henna is that it doesn't damage your hair. I also read some of the horror comments that were underneath Dr. Dray's video about cosmetologists saying that henna hair care isn't safe and that it lasts forever and that they've had horrible experiences. So I actually called up one of my friends who happens to be an experienced hairdresser and say, hey, what's going on? But even some of my friends have said that there is good henna and that there is fake henna. And like a lot of Dr. Dray's comments said, the fake henna can turn your hair green, it can turn your hair brassy, it could stay in the hair cuticle forever and you literally have to cut it out if you want to change it. And I was like, yeah, that is not something I want to touch. You better know that I turned and learned my ingredients, and at least at this point, I'm not comfortable using those little mix-in ones. From a lot of reviews that I've seen online, the ones that you mix in, or some of those brands that claim to be henna but are actually fake henna, are the ones that can turn your hair green, or that it actually makes the hair duller over time. This one is pre-mixed, which is great, so you literally just put your hair up, make sure that you protect your scalp line, because if you put it on your skin, it can temporarily dye the skin. You're supposed to drip it in either all over or just where you want those highlights or lowlights, and you can use this to give yourself highlights or lowlights. They say that it also covers gray hair. It can be used on the ends as well because it's supposed to give sheen and like a lustrous glow to the hair instead of actually drying it out and making it look damaged and dead, which, hi, hello, is already my problem. So although I haven't done it yet, I am going to patch test with my hair by doing a little bit right back here and then start to give myself some lowlights and try to see if that adds a little bit more dimension to my hair. I got the colors Golden Blonde, Golden Brown, and Swedish Blonde because again, when you're adding pigment to the hair, unless you bleach it before, you really can't make it lighter. You could add undertones or little highlights to it, but it's not going to be like a multi-shade difference. So I got those thinking I could add pigment kind of in here and it would just make my hair more dimensional. So I'm really looking forward to this. I've also heard horror stories of people's scalp getting irritated from regular box dye, and that is something I would like to avoid, and most box dyes aren't vegan or cruelty-free. So this matches my morals and values. It seems to work very well. Dr. Dray's hair looks so luscious and beautiful. I am excited to rub this into my scalp. Speaking of rubbing things in, Dr. Dray also convinced me to rub this under my armpits. Yes! This is Panoxyl. It's a cruelty-free benzoyl peroxide that is amazing for acne-prone skin. This is at the 4%, so you know, this is a hefty dose of the stuff. And because of the price point and the way it works, this is great for teenage acne or oily skin and acne. I've recommended this to many people because it works so well for acne, but I haven't been putting this on my face. I've been putting this on my armpits. That's right. And when Dr. Dray first said, put benzoyl peroxide in your armpits, I was like, that is genius. How come none of us thought about this before? The reason why is because of how our body actually produces sweat and how benzoyl peroxide works. So you see, we have bacteria that lives under our armpits, and when we sweat, naturally our sweat really doesn't smell. However, when our body starts sweating with pheromones, the bacteria that live under here start to eat it. They think it's tasty, and then they start to fart. And when they fart, their farts smell, and that's what gives us body odor. The more you know. Benzoyl peroxide works on acne because it kills bacteria. There's literally benzene rings and a peroxide link, and that bond breaks. It releases oxygen, which is what kills the bacteria. Well, genius! If this works to kill bacteria on the skin and on the face for acne, it works to kill bacteria under your armpits too! And I am so happy that she recommended this because I'm sitting here thinking to myself, how come nobody else thought of this? Genius. Genius! This is why she's a doctor. Dr. Dray has also been this close to making me purchase CeraVe, but I'm actually still very confused. I know that even the dermatologists that I work with highly recommend and love CeraVe. I know that Dr. Dray does as well. They're affordable, their ingredients are great, they are clinically backed and proven. However, I can't get a definitive answer as to whether or not they're cruelty-free. And some people say that they are, but I've also seen conflicting information saying that they are not. So I have to do a little bit more research on that because I decided to put my money where my morals are, but Dr. Dray was like this close to sending me down the street and around the corner to Safeway to go just fill my shopping cart with every CeraVe cream that they had available. Hasn't happened yet, but it is still a mental fantasy that their label says proudly cruelty-free and I just go and collect them all. Yeah. Those are the kind of things I daydream about. This right here is another sunscreen she got me hooked on. This one is from Klee. It is the SPF 40, and it also has 40 minutes of water protection. Again, if it weren't for coronavirus, you know that I'd be in the ocean right now, swimming, surfing, ignoring my adult responsibilities. But because of that, you need sunscreen to protect you from the sun. Not only from the damage that it can cause, which degrades collagen and can cause more wrinkling, but from skin cancer and things like basal cell carcinoma or squamous cell carcinoma, which sunscreen can help prevent if it's used properly. This right here is UVA and UVB protection. The two that really do damage to our skin are the A's and the B's. Some are responsible for burning and for DNA damage, and then the others are actually responsible for aging and for collagen degradation. Meaning, rip up the collagen like a cat's nails on a roll of toilet paper, and the skin doesn't work so well anymore. It's from a brand called Klee, which stands for clear and pure, but what's great about it is that it's actually developed by dermatologists, and they don't have a bunch of like fancy woo-woo marketing. They're not trying to put essential oils in here or anything. It's literally the basics for sensitized skin to rebalance your face, to give you cosmetics that actually work the way your biology is supposed to, and that protect you from the sun. So I have been loving this, and I was hoping to love it a little bit more this summer, but you know, pandemic happened, so there's that. This is the thing that I've been using the longest from Dr. Dray. It is the Teamy Detox Mask, and I found out about this from Dr. Dray probably 3 years ago. This face mask is to date one of my favorites. It's a base of bentonite and kaolin clay, so it's really good for oily skin. It basically goes into your pores and takes out all of the excess oil to help rebalance and mattify your face, but it's also got green tea in it, which specifically has both caffeine and epigallocatechin 3 gallate, and you're probably like, WTF is that? In essence, it's a very powerful antioxidant. It can help to rebalance the skin and even do a little bit of vasoconstriction. Vaso meaning vein, constricting meaning to tighten. So if you do have redness because of acne or rosacea in your skin, this can really help and stop some of that flushing. This has been one of my favorites. Again, I've known about this and have used this for 3 years, and I continually come back to it when I stop. It's available at Ulta for like 30 bucks, and let me tell you, a little goes a long way. And if it weren't for Dr. Dray, I don't know if I and this beautiful formula would have ever crossed paths, but I am so grateful for it. Dr. Dray also got me hooked on Trader Joe's skincare. You see, I am an avid fanatic of Trader Joe's, and I shop there for my vegetables and my tofu meats and my delicious salads all the friggin' time. However, when they first started introducing skincare, I didn't totally trust it because I was like, hey, Trader Joe's, I don't know about this. But again, turn and learn. And when you check out those ingredients, a lot of their products are actually really good, and they're at very decent price points. We've done a video walking through Trader Joe's and inspecting those ingredients lists that you can watch right here. But Dr. Dray specifically mentioned this product, which is the Ultra Hydrating Gel Moisturizer with aloe and green tea. And let me say, this is phenomenal. It's like $5 to $8, and it is a beautiful glycerin base. It honestly is such a watery texture. It reminds me of the Neutrogena water cream, also the Tarte Drink of H2O, and even the Clinique Moisture Surge, only it's cruelty-free and vegan, unlike 2 of those brands, and instead of being $45 like the Tarte Cosmetics one, it's like 1/10 of the price. This has a gorgeous base of glycerin, which is a nice humectant, meaning that it draws water onto the skin and helps protect it. It's also got a copolymer and polysilicone 11, which also both smooth over the skin really nicely to protect it, but it's still slightly permeable so that your skin can quote-unquote breathe, even though technically your skin doesn't breathe. That's a whole different video. And then it also adds in those beneficial ingredients such as the sunflower oil, such as the aloe, such as the green tea for some of those antioxidants, such as milk thistle. And even for people who have just recovered from a compromised skin barrier, this works really well. Again, I've recommended this to clients and other people more than I've used it personally because I only change 1 product in my skincare routine per area of my body per month because I actually want to give my skin time to acclimate to a new product that I introduce. Of course, I do have different areas of my body that I'm able to test products on, and of course I can swatch things to give a first impression, but when it comes to actually using products on my acne-prone skin, I want to isolate my variables so that I actually know when something is working or hurting my skin. Dr. Dray is like a walking skincare dictionary, and I am so happy that she walked into my YouTube recommendations and that these products walked into my life. I know that some people get angry with her because she does a fair amount of sponsorships, but out of the recommendations she's given me, I have not been disappointed yet. And I also think that sponsorships are great because she creates honest content for free. And being a YouTuber myself, I can attest to the fact that it takes so much work, especially because she's uploading every day, that if there weren't sponsorships, if there weren't ways to monetize content, it wouldn't be possible or sustainable to keep producing. So I'm not mad. And especially for this channel almost died at a point. And if it weren't for sponsorships, this channel would not be here. This channel would not have stayed alive. I'm very happy to partner with people like Surya Brasil and with companies that are vegan and cruelty-free and match my own morals and values so that I can also share honest and educational information with you about your skincare. But also to be able to fund this channel, to make it work, and also to be able to buy and try these different ingredients so that I can give you honest information. And again, it's because of partners like Surya Brasil that I can also do giveaways and I can pay to ship those gifts across the world to you. And I feel that Dr. Dray also does this, but I would not accept a sponsorship or recommend a product to you if I didn't look at the ingredients and the science and know that it can be something to benefit you. So I'm very grateful to Surya Brasil for that and multiple other scalp and hair related reasons. And if you do want to enter a giveaway for some of their hair care products or their nail polishes, join me Friday at 5 because I give them away. And if you don't want to wait, their products are decently priced, they're vegan, they're cruelty free, and there's a link right there for you. Be sure to turn that like button as blue as this here bottle that contains the cream that I use to rub under my armpits, and if that subscribe button is red, be sure to tickle it and turn it gray. Always remember to be beautiful inside and out, and I cannot wait to see you in the next video. Love you guys. Bye.